Have you heard of the Azusa Street Revival? Well, sometimes I take it with a grain of salt. You know, when I read these popular testimonies of people being raised from the dead, it's like, well, you know, did they verify this story? How do we know if they verified the story? Well, in this case, we actually were able to check it out. This was something from 1907. It was in the publication of the Azusa Street Revival 1 year after the revival started. And it cited another account from the Nazarene Messenger of a young lady named Eula Wilson. She had been bedridden for 7 months, and finally she died. But after she died, she was raised and completely healed, including healed of the blindness that had started when she had started dying. A friend of mine was able to go back to the archives of the Nazarene Messenger and trace this back, and everything was already there except her being healed of blindness. That part we said, okay, well, maybe that was just, they inferred that, and it was added later. But the Nazarene Messenger went back further because it cited a report in the Wichita Eagle from within a few days after the event took place. And he was able to go back to the Wichita Eagle from within days of the event, and it reports it all, including the healing of the blindness. And this is based in the Wichita Eagle. They actually interviewed the doctor who had been attending her before she died, and he attested all of this, including the healing of her eyesight. And so even though this was a popular article, it wasn't well documented in the sense that we would talk about in scholarly circles. When we were able to go back and check it out, it actually was based on eyewitness testimony, including the report of the attending physician. Have any of you heard of Church of God in Christ? Mother Eloise Jordan was a member of the Church of God in Christ. She was diagnosed with throat cancer in 1940. And her daughter, who's my direct source, was called to come home 9 years later because finally her mother had died. But when she got home, she didn't find what she expected. Instead, C.H. Mason, who's the founder of Church of God in Christ and was the pastor of this congregation, had come by and prayed for her, prayed for the mother after the mother had died. And when the daughter got home, she found her mother dancing with joy. She not only was raised from the dead, she was completely healed, and she spoke without any problems to her throat from then until her death from natural causes over 20 years later.